G'day internet, welcome back to another episode of Wheel Work. Hope everything is going well. Today we're going to be working on my mate Robert's car. Robert has got this VE SV6, it's a 3.6 litre SIDI, and we're just going to be doing a couple of mods to this thing today. I'll just go through and show you what we're doing. So this is it guys, I've just spun it around because I'm about to get it onto the hoist. But yeah, this is it, it's pretty much all stock, well mechanically anyway. It is lowered with a set of wheels. Last week I did put some upgraded DBAT2 rotors and better pads on it. It's got tinted windows, but mechanically it's stock. So Rob basically just wants a little bit more mid-range power out of this thing, as well as sound. So the first thing we're going to do is fit a full catback exhaust, which is sitting in those boxes there. That's what it currently looks like now, but I'll just start it up so you can hear what it sounds like with the stock exhaust, and then we'll get it on the lift and start pulling the stock exhaust off. All right, so we got Rob's car up on the hoist here. I've already gone through and sprayed down all of the bolts and nuts and stuff with a bit of WD-40. These things normally come apart pretty easy anyway. I have taken the oxygen sensors out, as they are also sometimes finicky to get out. They like to pull the threads. This has been fitted at some stage with these little adapter spacer things for the oxygen sensors. I have seen these advertised online before. Some people claim they give more power. I really don't think they do. The other thing that they can do is if it throws a fault code for oxygen sensors, this is just a cheap way of sort of like giving them not as much exhaust gas, so it clears the engine light off the dash. So we may have an issue with oxygen sensors, I don't know, but I have given both of them a bit of a squirt out with electrical cleaner, so we'll put them in and hope for the best. Factory rear muffler, resonator, and then the two big box mufflers on the back. So yeah, we'll go through and strip all of this apart, take the center brace off to get it out. So yeah, we'll just get into it. And there you have it. One factory exhaust removed from the car. All come off pretty easy. Now we've got heaps more room. So I'll go through and unbox the new exhaust and show you what we're fitting. All right, so this is the center section at least. Obviously it comes in a lot more pieces for packaging purposes than the massive single piece center that came off. So yeah, this is it. It doesn't run the center resonator and the center muffler. It just runs a couple of hot dogs down the middle. And then all pipes. So it's a full twin 2.5 inch system. So we'll just start laying all of this in. I did need to take off the conical seals that sort of go on here to make it fit. So we'll just start laying all of this in. I'm not going to do a time lapse on it. I'm just going to do it sort of bit by bit, get it all on there, get it all finger tight. And then once I make sure everything's all together, I'll go through and tighten all this up, and then we'll get onto the rear. All right, we've got the center all in, far out. As soon as I start recording, it starts tipping down with rain. Anyway, the center section's all in. Got the oxygen sensors in, so that's all looking good. It's all tightened up, all the way down to here. So now we've just got to get these rear mufflers on, and the exhaust tips as well. So yeah, that's all looking good. Onto the rear mufflers now. This is sort of how they come. There's a sort of separate bracket here that you get up under the car, and then that just bolts to there. You can sort of adjust the position of the muffler. It's got these tips that bolt on, except the tips that have been supplied are a bit big. So that's with that fully tight. As you can see, it's starting to bend them out and it's still flopping around. So what I'm doing is I'm just welding them straight onto the tailpipe. So that's that. And here's the passenger side one, which is all done. So that's all bolted on. Got the mount on up top. And got those tips welded onto the back there. It's a bit close, but we'll get the other side finished up, then we'll drop it down so you can see it properly, and then we'll start it up, see how it sounds. All right, it's all done. Got the quad tips on there now, looking all fly. We'll start it up and have a listen to how it sounds. All right, so that's that. Yes, I know what you're going to say. It sounds really farty and tinny. It's a brand new exhaust. Once the mufflers start carboning up and stuff, a lot of that sound does go away. So it's a bit hard to gauge just how it sounds with it being freshly installed. But over the course of a couple of weeks, the exhaust always deepen off in tone, and a lot of that fartiness goes away. All right, moving onwards to the next job. Oh yeah, guys, next thing we're going to do for a Rob is we're going to fit a different intake. So this is the factory intake here. And we're going to be fitting an Orssom OTR intake, Orssom meaning over the radiator. So this is the kit here. It is a direct bolt-on kit, and it runs a big K&N panel filter in there. So we'll get to pulling all the old stuff out, and there's a couple of little things that we need to do once it's all out. So we'll do that. And I'll show you what it looks like with all this pulled apart. It's just a couple of 10 mil nuts here and here. You do need to lift up this jump start positive point to get that nut off. And then it's just the airflow meter plug and a hose clamp for the throttle body, and then this PCV hose as well. Rightio, I got all the stock stuff out. So this is how it all looks with it out. So what I've basically done is I've put on the little adapter bellow here for the OTR. You have to modify the airflow meter wiring as well. So where it goes down to the loom, it normally comes down to about here. So you just sort of cut the loom open a little bit and unpick it to give you a little bit more length. So that's that. And then you've got to fit these little clips into the factory holes here. These clips are supplied in the kit, and that's what the OTR mounts to. So pretty simple. And now you just sort of sit it in, get the intake onto the bellow, put the screws in, tighten up the clamps, connect the PCV and the airflow meter, and that's it. Through the magic of internet, we're done. So that's how it all looks. Looks pretty bloody good. So everything's all in and connected. So yeah, they're a really quick, really easy mod to get a fair bit of intake sound out of and a noticeable power difference. I have fitted quite a few of these, and I actually recommend these over doing an exhaust. They're cheaper, and in my opinion, the benefit of just doing an intake on one of these like this is quite beneficial. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode, even though it was pretty quick. And we did a couple of little mods to me mate Rob's car. Thanks always for watching. As always, if you like what you see, please remember to like and subscribe. And we will catch you very shortly in the next video. Take care, guys. See you soon.